Okay, so AI, it's everywhere, right? It seems like it's everywhere these days.
Yeah.
And everyone's talking about making money with AI. And to be honest with you, I've been feeling a little left behind.
Yeah, I get it.
Like everyone else is cashing in on this AI gold rush, and I'm stuck here. Like, what am I missing?
Well, it's true. There's a lot of hype around AI right now.
Exactly. So that's why I was really intrigued when I came across this program. It's called AI Franchise, and it's by this guy, Michael Chaney. And he's making some pretty big claims, let me tell you. A done-for-you online business, it's powered by AI, requires little to no effort and generates significant income, supposedly. He even says you can make like $417.95 per sale.
Wow.
It all sounds, honestly, a little too good to be true.
Yeah.
Especially because, I've been burned before by these make money online schemes.
Yeah, you and me both. It's good to be skeptical, though, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you see those big promises. And the word franchise, that always makes me raise an eyebrow.
Right. That's why I thought we should do a deep dive into this whole AI franchise thing, see if there's actually any substance behind all the hype.
Sounds good.
So first things first, what exactly is this AI franchise anyway?
So from the stuff that you sent me, it seems like this program, it's all about affiliate marketing. Basically, you'd be selling this guy Cheney's product. It's called the seven-figure affiliate system. And the AI part, that's where it gets interesting. Supposedly, the AI handles all sorts of tasks, like bringing people to your offers, managing the customers. So in theory, you don't have to do anything.
So they're really playing up that whole franchise comparison, huh?
Yeah, they're really leaning into it.
To make it sound like this like tried and true business model, but instead of like, I don't know, flipping burgers or something, you're flipping digital products made by someone else.
Exactly. And affiliate marketing can be legit, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But how well you do, it all comes down to how good you are at marketing, the quality of the stuff you're selling, all that.
And that's where my spidey senses start tingling.
I hear.
Cheney's saying, this AI will do all the hard work, so you'll be successful even if you've never done anything like this before.
Right.
He even throws out these big numbers, saying they've already paid out something like over $247,000 through this AI franchise system.
Well, of course, they're going to use figures like that. It's all part of the sales pitch.
Right.
But without knowing how they got those numbers or if anyone's checked them, it's hard to know what they really mean.
Yeah. Honestly, the whole sales pitch just screams red flag to me. Like, big time.
In what way?
All this fear-mongering about missing out on the AI revolution.
Yeah.
And they're pushing you to act now before the price goes up, and all these promises of, living the dream life.
Yeah, classic. Seen it a million times.
Right. Classic high-pressure tactics.
Yeah.
Trying to get you to buy without thinking it through.
Oh, yeah. Play on your emotions, make you act impulsively.
Yeah, exactly. And don't even get me started on the price. Only
Yeah.
$9.95.
Oh.
It's almost like they're making it so cheap that you'd be crazy not to try it.
That's the idea. Make that barrier to entry super low.
Right. Even if you have doubts, like
Mm.
$10, what's $10?
Exactly. But even $10 is $10 wasted if the product is a dud.
So to recap, we've got this AI franchise,
Yeah.
and they're saying it's super easy, it's done for you, all thanks to the power of AI.
Mm-hmm.
But we're seeing some big red flags, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, they're not really telling us anything about how this AI works, are they?
Nope.
And they're leaning hard on these testimonials and emotional appeals, and that whole franchise comparison, well, feels a bit iffy.
Yeah, gotta be careful with that.
Now, speaking of testimonials, they've got a ton of these glowing reviews from people claiming they've made a fortune with this AI franchise.
Right, like that one guy.
Yeah. This guy, Steve Hughes, supposedly made like $986 in just 24 hours.
Testimonials, they can be really convincing. We all want to believe that if it worked for someone else, it can work for us too.
Right, right.
But you gotta remember, they only show you the good stuff. The success stories,
Of course.
And there's no way to know if they're even real or just made up.
Exactly. And even if they're real, we don't know the whole story.
Right.
Like maybe the Steve Hughes guy already had a huge following online or something.
Could be.
Or maybe he put in way more work than he's letting on.
Yeah, exactly. And even if he did make money using this AI franchise, there's no guarantee you will too.
Right. Good point.
His success might have nothing to do with the program itself.
It's like looking at, a perfectly filtered Instagram photo
Yeah.
and thinking that's what real life actually looks like.
Perfect analogy. People get caught up in the hype and forget all the downsides.
Yeah. So, okay, testimonials, grain of salt.
A big grain of salt.
Got it.
Yeah.
But let's go deeper into the claims themselves. Cheney's making a big deal about how revolutionary AI is. But he's really vague about how the AI actually works in this whole AI franchise thing.
Yeah, what's he actually saying?
He uses all this jargon like AI traffic machine and automated customer service solution.
Mm,
But it's all very hand-wavy.
yeah, that lack of transparency is a bit worrying.
Right. If they're not telling us how the AI works, how could we judge if it's even going to be effective?
Exactly. It could just be a bunch of fancy words to impress people who don't really understand AI.
It's like saying a car runs on magic dust instead of explaining the engine and how it all works.
Exactly.
And this whole thing about comparing the AI franchise to owning a regular franchise, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I get that he's trying to make it sound familiar, but come on, there's a huge difference between owning a McDonald's and signing up for some online program that promises you'll get rich selling someone else's stuff.
Absolutely. With a traditional franchise, you've got big upfront costs, ongoing expenses, a ton of work involved. And you get things like established systems, brand recognition, and often your own territory. This AI franchise, from what I can tell, seems to skip all that and just promises you'll make money easily, which, let's be honest, almost never happens.
So we've got this program being sold as this simple, effortless way to make passive income, all thanks to AI. But we've also got some pretty big red flags popping up.
Yeah, we do.
Like, they're not being transparent about the AI, they're relying on testimonials and emotional appeals, and that franchise comparison is pretty questionable.
Exactly. Keep those red flags in mind as we go forward.
Absolutely.
We've got to be skeptical, got to separate the hype from reality here.
I'm with you. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Let's do it. Welcome back.
As we were going through all the details of this AI franchise program, I couldn't shake this feeling that something just felt off.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not just about whether this program actually delivers on what it's promising or not. It's about the ethics of it all.
I see what you're saying when a product comes along and makes these big promises about making easy money, especially when it's aimed at folks who are maybe struggling or desperate for a solution. It does raise some ethical red flags.
Yeah, exactly. Even if we give them the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, the program technically does what it says it does, is it really right to be marketing it as this guaranteed path to riches? All those images they use of people lounging on beaches, driving fancy cars. I mean, they're playing on people's desires for a better life, but they're also setting them up for potential disappointment and, failure.
It's a tricky balance for sure. Promoting a product that helps people make money online, that's not inherently bad, right?
Right.
But when the marketing gets all hyped up and starts preying on people's insecurities and creating these totally unrealistic expectations, well, that's where it crosses the line ethically.
Yeah, and I think it gets even more complicated when you throw AI into the mix.
Right.
Because AI is such a hot topic right now. It's easy for people to just jump on the bandwagon and believe it's some kind of magical solution to every problem.
Yeah, you're right. All the hype around AI makes it hard to tell what's real potential and what's just, BS.
Yeah.
People need to remember AI is just a tool. It's not a magic wand. It can be
Right.
powerful if you use it right, but it's not going to hand you success on a silver platter.
Okay, so we've touched on some of the ethical stuff, but let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
AI is obviously having a massive impact on online business and entrepreneurship. What are some of the big trends and potential changes we might see in the next few years?
Well, one big thing is that AI tools are becoming way more accessible. What used to be only available to these giant tech companies is now something individuals and small businesses can get their hands on.
Interesting. So it's like giving these powerful tools to everyday entrepreneurs.
Exactly. It's democratizing AI, so to speak.
I mean, that's exciting.
Yeah.
But I imagine it comes with its own set of challenges too, right?
Of course, one challenge is making sure these AI tools are being used ethically and responsibly. And then there's the potential impact on jobs. As AI starts automating more tasks, some jobs are going to disappear.
Yeah, that's the big fear a lot of people have, that robots are going to take over everything.
It's a valid concern, but technology has always disrupted industries and created new opportunities. It's happened throughout history.
Right.
The key is to adapt and evolve. Instead of being scared of AI, we need to learn how to use it to our advantage.
So it's not about fighting AI, but learning to work with it, using it to make ourselves better.
Exactly. And that means focusing on skills that are uniquely human, things like creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence. Those are the skills that are going to be valuable in an AI-powered world.
Okay, so be adaptable, focus on those human skills that AI can't replicate. Got it. But what about this specific case, this AI franchise? How does this program fit into the whole landscape of AI-powered businesses?
That's a good question. It's important to separate the products that genuinely use AI to offer something valuable from those that just slap an AI label on things to cash in on the hype.
Okay, so how can people tell the difference? What should they be looking out for?
One big red flag is when they're not transparent about the AI part. If a product is vague about how the AI actually works or what benefits it actually provides, that's a warning sign.
It's like those late-night infomercials for miracle weight loss products.
Yeah.
All promises and no real explanation.
Exactly. Another red flag is when they overemphasize passive income or effortless success. AI can automate certain things, but building a business online or offline takes effort, strategy, and ongoing work.
So if someone's promising you can make money in your sleep without lifting a finger, that's probably a sign it's too good to be true.
Yeah, no such thing as a truly passive business, even with AI. You still have to put in the work to get things set up, monitor how things are going, adapt to the market.
Right, okay, so we've got to be wary of those who promise the moon without explaining how we're actually going to get there.
Right.
But let's talk about the good side of AI.
Yeah.
What are some examples of how AI is being used effectively and ethically to empower entrepreneurs and create new opportunities?
Well, one area where AI is making a real difference is in personalized marketing.
How so?
AI can look at customer data, find patterns and preferences so businesses can create targeted campaigns that are more relevant and effective.
So instead of just blasting everyone with the same generic ads, AI helps tailor the message to specific people, making it more personalized and hopefully more successful.
Exactly. AI is also being used to improve customer service with things like chatbots and virtual assistants.
Oh, yeah.
These AI-powered tools can answer questions, provide support, even resolve issues quickly and efficiently, which frees up human employees to focus on more complex things.
So it's like having an army of helpful robots working 24/7 to handle those basic customer inquiries.
Pretty much another exciting area is in content creation. AI-powered tools can help generate ideas, write articles, create social media posts, even produce videos. This can save entrepreneurs and content creators tons of time and resources.
Wow. So AI can even write our blog posts now. I guess that means I need to find a new excuse for writer's block.
Well, AI can help with certain parts of content creation, but it's still just a tool. Human creativity and expertise are still essential for making high-quality, engaging content.
Okay, so AI can help with marketing, customer service, even content creation. What other areas are looking promising for entrepreneurs?
AI is also being used to analyze market trends and identify opportunities.
Interesting.
This can help entrepreneurs make better decisions about product development, pricing, and marketing strategies.
So it's like having a crystal ball that can predict what customers will want in the future.
Not quite a crystal ball, but AI can definitely help us make more data-driven decisions by analyzing huge amounts of information. AI can spot patterns and trends that humans might miss, giving entrepreneurs a competitive edge.
Okay, so we've seen how AI can be a powerful tool for entrepreneurs, but we've also got to be aware of the potential downsides. We've mentioned things like bias, privacy, job displacement. But what are some other ethical things we should be thinking about as AI becomes more and more part of our lives?
One big concern is the possibility of AI being used for bad things. Things like creating deepfakes, spreading misinformation, developing autonomous weapon systems.
That's a scary thought. It's like giving powerful weapons to someone who might not have the best intentions. How can we make sure AI is used for good, not for harm?
It's a tough question, but it starts with having open and honest conversations about the potential risks of AI, setting ethical guidelines for how it's developed and used, and holding the people who create and use these technologies accountable for their actions.
So it's not just about the technology itself, but about the people behind it and the choices they make.
Exactly. We also need to be mindful of how AI could impact our privacy and data security as AI systems collect and analyze more and more data about our lives. It's crucial to have strong privacy protections to prevent that data from being misused.
Yeah, it's a trade-off, isn't it?
Hmm.
AI can offer amazing benefits, but it often comes at the cost of our privacy.
Yeah.
We need to find that balance between innovation and protecting our personal information.
For sure. And that balance might look different depending on the situation. It's an ongoing conversation we need to keep having as a society.
Okay, so we've talked about the ethics of AI, both with products like this AI franchise and more broadly. But I think it's time we shifted our focus to the future. AI is clearly changing rapidly. What are some of the potential breakthroughs that could shape the future of AI and ultimately the future of humanity?
Well, that's a big question and one that's hard to answer definitively, but one area that's creating a lot of buzz is the development of artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
AGI, what's that?
It's the idea of building machines that have human-level intelligence.
So machines that can think like us, learn like us, maybe even become smarter than us. That's both fascinating and a little bit terrifying.
It's definitely a concept with huge implications. AGI is still a long way off, but there's been a lot of progress in areas like deep learning and reinforcement learning, which are bringing us closer to creating machines that can learn and adapt in ways we never thought possible.
Even if you don't reach true AGI in our lifetime, the advancements along the way are still going to have a massive impact on our world. What are some other breakthroughs we might see on the horizon?
Well, advancements in natural language processing are leading to AI systems that can understand and generate human language more and more fluently. And with more sophistication, we're already seeing this in virtual assistants and chatbots, but future developments could lead to AI that can have complex conversations, understand subtle meanings, even create original works of art or literature.
Wow, so we're talking about AI that can not only talk to us, but understand our emotions, our cultural context, maybe even our sense of humor. That's mind-blowing.
It's definitely a possibility, and it raises some interesting questions about the nature of language, creativity, and even consciousness.
Okay, what about other areas of AI research? What breakthroughs might have a more immediate impact on our lives?
Advancements in computer vision are letting AI systems see and interpret the world around them with incredible accuracy and detail. This has applications in everything from self-driving cars to medical diagnosis to security systems.
Yeah, and that ability for AI to see is essential for developing robots that can actually interact with the physical world in more meaningful ways. What's the latest in robotics?
AI-powered robots are becoming more and more capable of doing tasks that used to be too complex for machines. We're seeing robots being used in manufacturing surgery, even elder care.
So we're talking about a future where robots are not just building our cars, but also assisting surgeons and taking care of our elderly.
It's a real possibility, although there are definitely ethical and practical challenges to work through, but AI-powered robots have the potential to completely transform many industries and parts of our lives.
So we've got AGI, natural language processing, computer vision, robotics, all these key areas driving the future of AI. But as we've been saying throughout this whole deep dive, it's not just about the technology itself, right? It's about how we use it, how we integrate it into our lives, how we deal with the ethical and societal implications.
Exactly. The future of AI is not just about tech advancements, it's also about human choices, societal values, and our collective vision for the future. It's about making sure AI is used to improve human capabilities, promote well-being, create a more fair and sustainable world.
So it's not just building smarter machines, it's about building a better future for everyone.
Exactly. And that requires a holistic approach with collaboration between technologists, ethicists, policymakers, and everyday citizens. It's about shaping the future of AI so that it aligns with our values and aspirations.
Okay, so we've touched on some of the potential breakthroughs and the ethical considerations surrounding the culture of AI, but what does all this mean for the average person? How might these advancements affect our daily lives, our jobs, and our relationships with technology?
Welcome back.
So we've been talking about all these potential breakthroughs in AI, and of course, all the ethical stuff that comes with them. But what does all this mean for the average person out there? How could these advancements actually change our day-to-day lives, our jobs, our whole relationship with technology?
Well, it's likely to be a bit of a mixed bag, with some disruption, but also some real opportunities. Like, we can probably expect to see AI popping up in more and more areas of our lives, personalized healthcare recommendations, AI-powered education, even smart homes that can anticipate what we need.
So AI could actually make our lives easier, more efficient, maybe even more enjoyable in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it definitely has that potential, but we also need to be realistic, right? There are possible downsides too. We got to approach all these advancements with a critical eye.
Okay, so what are some of those potential downsides? What should people be cautious about as AI becomes more intertwined with our lives?
Well, one thing that worries a lot of people is the potential for increased surveillance and, loss of privacy.
Yeah, I can see that.
AI systems are getting really good at collecting and analyzing data about our behaviors, our preferences, even our interactions. So we need to be asking who's controlling that data, how are they using it, and what safeguards are in place to actually protect our privacy.
It's a good point. It's easy to get caught up in all the cool stuff AI can do and forget about those implications for our privacy.
Exactly. And another concern is bias and discrimination. You see, if these AI systems are trained on data that's already biased, they can actually perpetuate and even amplify those inequalities that already exist.
Right, right.
So making sure that AI is developed and used fairly and equitably is absolutely crucial. You got to take diversity and inclusivity into account from the very beginning.
Yeah, because AI shouldn't be used to reinforce existing prejudices or create new forms of discrimination.
Exactly. And then there's the big question mark about the impact of AI on the workforce.
Jobs, yeah,
As AI gets better at automating certain tasks, it's likely to change the types of jobs that are out there, right?
for sure.
This means we need to be adaptable, we need to develop new skills, lifelong learning, retraining programs, that sort of thing. It's going to be essential.
So it's not necessarily this like doomsday scenario where robots take over all the jobs, but it does mean we have to be prepared to adapt, learn new skills throughout our careers.
That's right. The future of work might look a lot different, more flexible, with people having multiple careers or streams of income.
Interesting.
It could be a mix of traditional employment, freelance work, entrepreneurship, even creative pursuits. Who knows?
So it's not just about retraining for a new job, it's about rethinking what work even means in this age of AI.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. And that raises even more questions about what it means to be productive, to have a fulfilling career, and to contribute to society in a world that's more and more influenced by AI.
Those are some big questions, things we should all be thinking about, really.
Absolutely, both individually and as a society. The future of AI, it's not set in stone. It's up to us to guide its development and make sure it's used to make our lives better and to create a better world for everyone.
Well, that's a great point to wrap things up on, I think. We started out talking about this AI franchise program, and we ended up discussing the entire future of AI and humanity.
It's been quite a journey.
It really has. And I think it highlights how important it is to approach this whole AI thing with both a sense of excitement and a healthy dose of caution. Recognize the potential benefits, sure, but also address those ethical challenges head on.
Couldn't agree more.
AI is a powerful tool. It's up to us to use it wisely.
Thanks for having me.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for tuning in. We really encourage you to keep learning about AI, participate in those conversations that are shaping its future, and be sure to check out our other deep dives for more fascinating topics. Until next time.